the veteran guards in Miami did a tremendous job, being very efficient and effective with how they attacked us. Certainly played very well. That led to some of our rushing and maybe playing a little bit out of control with our freshman guards. But it's a process of learning, and just wasn't a very good night tonight.
Coach, you guys had some opportunities. They weren't doing anything from the free throw line. Did you feel like late in that second half, when
we cut it to 6, we finally made a bucket, 1 or 2 buckets strung together. We don't have a low post presence right now. Austin Johnson seems not to want the ball. Never demands the ball with our freshmen, and so our freshmen don't give it to him. He still can score in the paint with our guards. And I thought we were in the paint a lot tonight. It's just when their guards get into paint, they have a purpose. They jump stop. They're under control. Our guards are contorting their bodies, moving the ball. It's just, they don't make simple plays yet. And hopefully they'll learn quickly, or I won't have any hair by the end of the year.
Coach, what do you feel like you guys did well defensively to cut that lead down to 6?
Got out and contested some of their jump shots, and some of their long three-pointers led to I think this team will have trouble at times when they're not making shots, because those long threes will lead to runouts and fast breaks on the other end. And I think we got them to miss a couple of jump shots. They got a little tired, a little winded, and we were able to get some, open looks and finally hit something, because we had put maybe, 2 or 3 buckets together the whole game.
In the first half, Miami could have missed a 3-point basket. Did you kind of get the feeling that they were falling in love with it, and that eventually they would start missing, and you guys would eventually make that run?
I thought we'd make a run because, as you said, though Kadji did a tremendous job. I underestimated him, to be honest with you. He bullied our big men down low, but yeah, I didn't think they had much of a post game. They're such a perimeter-oriented scoring team right now because of what they're, with who they are right now, that especially with the minutes they'd log, I thought we were going to make a run. I thought some of those wouldn't go in, and that we'd get on transition, maybe get some easy buckets. But once we did get it to 6, we lost our mind. Again, we started rushing. We started trying to do it all by ourselves, and that's just a sign of a young basketball team.
Coach, you start 2 freshman guards. Those 2 kids in particular, Carter and the other young man. How do you think they did tonight?
Not well. I think it's hopefully it'll be a learning process. Again, they're just so inconsistent right now. When somebody guards them a different way, if there's a different look, they tend to go back to their old ways and put their head down and drive, or put their head down and chuck up a 3 instead of grinding it out and getting a better shot. And so we have to work on just some of the details, the discipline of the game, and letting the offense work for you. They're talented, and they can do. And they got in the lane. They did some things, but it's just not consistent enough. And they don't realize it, but that's what the other team wants you to do. They want you to take a quick 3. They want you to drive with no ball movement. And again, we'll get there.
What was your strategy going in against their you mentioned their guard-oriented Grant and Scott?
Again, we switch every screen, so I thought we wouldn't have as trouble on the 3-point shot, but they hit a couple of contested 3s to get themselves going. And then it led to us kind of not being in help side very well. They gave up a lot. We gave up a lot of splits, and their penetration and their strength and their quickness really, to be honest with you, their discipline. I don't know how many bad 3s they took in the first half.
Who were you most pleased with today on your team?
I would say Austin Carroll, who's probably should have got a lot more. He was the only guy who had any purpose or discipline on our team. Dane Miller was soft. Gilvitas was rushed. I would have had one guy leave the locker room tonight, and that would be Austin Carroll with me. It's the only person I'd like to walk to the bus with.
Coach Gavilas was good early, but then he kind of stopped being aggressive. What do you attribute that to?
Again, just him playing too fast. And we played him at some of the five, and I'm not sure his name, pronouncing it, Kenny, bothered him, but he's got to go to the second and third move. He was trying to overpower a power player. He maybe used his skill and his athleticism. And again, he's somebody he's kind of if I need a bucket, that's who I'm going to right now. He's not ready for that role yet. And he's just trying to run away from people instead of being a good basketball player. But he certainly has a high motor, and he'll learn from it.
Coach, you beat Miami pretty good at your place last year. What's the big difference you see in their team?
They're veteran guards and our freshman guards. That's what I say. Last year they had no splits, they had no penetration, they were completely perimeter oriented, and they almost did the exact same thing to us, where now we're chucking up threes, contested threes with no ball movement. And they had a nice little, again, Coach Leonega does a good job. They're still going to be perimeter oriented, but they now have some movement and some purpose to them, and it helps.
One more question, please. Anybody?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.